welcome back, boys. Frog Giggers Anonymous, game number 9. We have the Juggernuts versus the Psychos. Big game today, big game today. Let me get a little mic check over here. Make sure everything's working. We golden, boys. Alright, mute the stream, and we will kick it off. So, let's see. First things first, we're going to talk about the their previous game here. Previous matchup was pretty one-sided. We had the Juggernauts taking the cake 2-0 against the Psychos. First game did go to overtime, though, so pretty close. 5-3 ends up swinging in the Juggernauts' favor, and then Border. Pretty much a clean sweep, it looked like, beginning to end. Sure, the Psychos did sneak 2 games in there, but if you go back and look at it, it was pretty dominant in favor of the Juggernauts. So looking ahead at this matchup, we're not entirely sure. Haven't got the map bans in yet. It'll be interesting to see. I'm hoping this will go to 3 games, but you never know. It'd be ideal if the Psychos would knock them off in 2. That would really scramble up our standings moving forward. Just an overall look at the team comparison here. Pretty standard for the most part. Juggernauts team kill leader, individual kill leader. If you want kills, they got them. Ho ho ho! Who do we have here?
Figured I would just I would help commentate while
Thanks,
I play.
Nate. I appreciate it. We got an insider from the Juggernauts, Mr. Scuba Nate.
Oh, am I interrupting your broadcasting?
Yeah, buddy, I'm rolling.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm getting our team comparison up, just showing kills, like overall team kills, plants and whatnot. Planting.
Well, that's not fun.
Planting is your specialty, man. No, it's teams. It's totals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So your team has only planted 8 times compared to Matthew's team planting 9 times. Are you looking to change that?
We're gonna destroy them.
You're going to destroy them? The way your team has done it in the past is kills. Like, your team gets the kills. I mean, sure, you're planting in the background, but they're out there slaying. So, interesting little note that they have more plants than you all.
Yeah, well, my teammates distract while I get in there and...
Exactly.
Man.
You get in there and get the job done. Do you have the stream up, by the way?
Do I have the stream up?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
It's got all the numbers out there laid out, but if you don't got it, no worries.
Frog Giggers Anonymous.
We're moving on. We're on to the overall standings at this point. And this is right where you like to be, Mr. Juggernaut. Ooh. You're up there with
that.
Uh-huh.
We've only had 1 loss so far for the season.
Only have nice. 1 loss, and it did come to Ike's team, the Samurais, down there in last place. You do get your revenge matchup in next week.
We like to give to charity, so
had to throw him a bone, right? Yep. So this is the matchup between the 1 and 3 team. Previously, you all did sweep them 2-0. Pretty clean win, front to back. Personally, I'm pulling for the Psychos here, and I know I have my own dog in the fight as the Mythics. It would be nice, just a big old scramble up there if they just come out and 2-0 you. We'll see, though. We'll see. I don't think it'll happen, but deep in my heart, I can hope it'll happen.
But that would put the Psychos in 2nd place, and you down 3rd.
That would, but you know what that does is honestly not much. The goal is to get into the position where we don't have to play you all the first round in the playoffs. So we'd be looking for well, at this point it's you versus the Juggernauts versus the Samurais. So we'll see how it plays out as we go. All right.
How many games are left until the playoffs?
This is the start of week 5. So you'll have this game that's coming up, and then you have next week's game versus Isaac, and then it's playoffs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So just 2 games left. Make them count. I've picked my two players. My highlight players for this week, and it's the 2 big dogs. We're going to start out with the biggest dog of all, your captain. Oh, captain, your captain, Day of Fire. Oh, Willie. This guy
79 kills. Holy cow!
79 kills, a 2.19 KD. I saw him earlier. We were totaling it up just to get a feel for like numbers wise, how were all the teams at? Pretty much all the teams' kills per round was sitting around 1.7, 1.8. Your all's team was at 2.1. That means every round, win or lose, you're killing at least 2 people on average out of 3, which is insane. Like,
Nice.
and it starts and ends with this man, old Day of Fire. This is highlights from your all's last game. They were easy to come by. I think I got like 3 minutes worth in the first match on Chalet. He does it all, dude. What do you have to say about your captain? You like him? You a fan?
Oh yeah, yeah, and he's open for like suggestions, and he works well with me and John, so
He does.
he's been a good captain.
He's a piece of work, though. Sort of a little piece of trash.
But he carries it though. I mean,
He does carry it. He's allowed to be a piece of trash as long as he's putting up those numbers. One thing that always sticks out to me when I'm watching Will play is his game sense and his situational awareness. Like, going on in the background there is his little triple kill defuse. That's probably his highlight of this first round against the Psychos last time you all met. And each kill, he puts himself into a position where he clearly has the advantage, and he finishes it off. I mean, what more could you want? I don't have the accuracy to be able to finish off the kills that this guy does. MVP, there it is. Take a look at the scoreboard just in case you had any doubts. 13 kills. He's a madman. But that's the madman on one side. We'll move over to the madman on the other. Fruitzilla. Maddie. If you're ever down and out, and you got one person left alive to clutch around for you, this is my pick. Maddie.
So which captain are you more biased towards?
Like, which one would I rather have?
Because, I mean, they are both your brothers.
They are both my brothers. Somehow I got skipped on the old Siege skill train when God was handing that out. Which one would I choose? I would choose Will for his consistency, because I feel like he and I have a better play style mesh than me and Matthew would. But
yeah,
if it's
Maddie's though, he gets on fire
if it's a 1v3,
sometimes.
yeah, exactly. He gets on fire. I mean, I've seen him win rounds where you're like, there's no chance. You just count him down and out. He'll come in spraying. And that's the thing about Matty, is he's always prepared to take a fight whenever a fight has an opportunity. Like, he'll come in pre-firing corners and whatnot. Like here, for example, he gets a ping off to his left. It should come up here in a second, just saying that there's somebody there. There's the call out. He's pretty much already firing as he walks around the corner. Nails Ike right in the head. Stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd be sitting there. I'd be, leaning, looking for it. And as you found out last week, I'm a free kill out there, dude. I'm just clueless. But this guy, he comes in ready to rock. He is the backbone of that team. 50 kills, 35 deaths. His KD is second best of the group, behind Will, but barely in front of Joe with a 1.43 and 4 plants. He's a jack of all trades. He's his own game changer sometimes. If he's on fire, watch out. Who
Nice.
knows what's going to happen, Nate? I think that's all highlights and pregame I got for today. Let's see. I had to throw this together pretty quick. Apparently, proactiveness of scheduling isn't something our group is really good at. Let's bump over and check in on the game itself.
All right, I'm gonna go back to my group.
You pop over there. Thank you. Appreciate your insight. Good luck. Happy hunting, but don't do too good. I want you to lose.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Let's see how we looking. Chalet. Will's team is on defense. The Juggernuts. Match option. Chalet, this is a rematch of their second game. They got defense. Everything's good. Let those captains give me some pings and we'll be all set. Nate's ready. Nate's ready to rock and roll. John's ready. Oh, I called him Scuba Nate. He's Big Nate. All right, we running it. revenge match. Previously, the Psychos lost 4-2. 2-4, 4-2. Let's cut down our background music and we will be all set. Bands. Let's see. Out of the orange team is John, Nate, and Will. The Twitch band, gotta do it. Keeps Matthew off his drone. That's his strong suit. And the gun itself is pretty good. For the attackers, they're banning Iana. That's a switch up from them. Previously, they had. Oh nope, beg your pardon. The switch up is from the defenders. Normally, they banned Shield Lady Osa against Matthew's team. The Cap Can ban coming out of Maddie. That's to free up running room for Stevie. Billy on bro, welcome to the chat. I see you over there, my boy. Lurkin. Scuba Nate is in chat. Scuba Nate's gonna have to get out of chat. Or out of the stream. Joe, Papa Joe.
What up, what up, what
What
up?
up? What up? Welcome. We had our pregame intro. Old
Yeah,
Scuba Nate sat in and was watching with me. That was good. That was good.
I missed that.
That's all
I'll have
good.
to watch that later.
Nate is still sitting over here in the stream. I'm gonna keep an eye on that real quick. First things first. Kitchen. Still standing with this is the correct site, Joe?
I think it definitely it goes to the. It depends on who you're facing. I think,
Yeah.
and how your team is too. Like I think these three are actually gonna probably they have their best chance with this site. I love how John holds it.
Yeah, John is ridiculous on this site. Let me bump you up real quick. Get some more volume there. Alright, we're good to go. Attackers, we got Matthew with Dokkaby, Trey with Sophia, and Stevie with Knock. That's a pretty usual lineup, I feel like, for this team. The Osa band, I think, honestly, might help Matthew's team more than it hurts them. Oh. No, wait, they didn't ban Osa. Never mind. Will knows what he's doing. We say it every time, and we're going to keep saying it every time. But man, they hang Steve out to dry.
I mean, that is kind of his playstyle, though.
That's true.
Them choosing, you know, and when he I think we talked about this last time. Like when he picks that operator, like that operator's kind of meant to get into spots that they're normally not, expected.
Right.
So you kind of need to go by himself.
It comes out to bite him though. He did drone him out, but John was just ready. Speaking of drone outs, Matthew and Trey did drone out Will up top. Will saw it, so he backed off quite a bit. It does look like they are content on trying to get up here and pick up that kill. Oh, I lied. They're one layer of the team.
Yeah, and actually, I think that's a good pushing the site at this point is probably a better call than trying to push Will out upstairs.
Losing that third man early. Will is going to be on cams, and he does have cams in the vicinity, so he should be aware of when they enter and what they're doing, so he can come back and make plays that way. But for the attackers, you're right. This is their play. They need to just push side.
Yeah.
Matthew's covering for Trey as Trey enters. I think banning the glass throwaway might be a change that we see instead of the cap can ban, but we'll see. Trey's had a good line of sight on John, but John was just too strong. That shotgun.
Yeah. And the angle he was holding, it only showed a tiny little head. Hard to hit that.
No. Oh, I thought Matthew was gone. Looks like Will is getting a little push and a rotate down from Solarian. At least Matthew thinks he is, but he's actually not there. Will's rotating back to site from Fireplace. Matthew's getting his flashbangs in. John dropped, so he is been. Oh no, John didn't drop. Will dropped. Flashbang kill on John. Matthew's going to try to push and get the kill on Nate, but Nate hears it, played it smart, waited, got the pinch from Will, and polishes him off. Yep. I honestly don't know how he got that kill. It looks like Will got it, but I guess not. What do you think, Ben? The cap can against Will's team, against the Juggernuts, or the Azami?
You know, if I was on Matthew's team, I would say you got to ban the cap can.
Just
It's
for
so
Steve?
helpful for Steve not to have to deal with that. You know, I
Yep.
think it showed it in the games that have banned cap can. Just in like his survival rate is much higher.
Right. Second site. They opted to go bar gaming instead of bedroom. I feel like that's like, again, I feel like this is not a bad play with 3v3. It gives you such a little area to contain. Like, you have to contain Fireplace and the window, and then blue stairs, and that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it also gives some play to that roamer upstairs. It makes it like still doable.
Did fortify
They
the
did
hatch.
reinforce the hatch. That's interesting.
That's Nate's job. I don't know if he asked, but it happened.
Yeah. Well, it didn't look like Will was playing up there.
I think he does have.
He was.
He might have came up there. I wasn't watching him throw him. And he doesn't use C4, so he's not. He doesn't have a cam up there to get the C4 kill from underneath. Maddie with the 0. I don't think I've ever seen him play 0. I think that's the first time. I would have liked to see Maddie get Brava or the other drone guy, just because that like fits his playstyle really well. Is the drone then attack maneuver? Matthew's getting the drone in library. Trey is Osa at the window. Will is playing way off in bathroom, it looks like. And let's find Steve real quick. Get a little Steve check. He's upside down with belt on top of the Fireplace. Was not expecting to see the fink of booty. Matthew's getting his drone in. He's droning out bar. He knows where Nate is. He does have pings on him. Will has a camera in this corner, so he should be able to know whenever Trey decides to enter. The Thorn will push him out, push him off the window once he hops in, if he chooses to hop in. And John knows it, so he's just waiting patiently. Will's up top of the Fireplace. Matthew's inside library. Matthew is going to try to get lines of sight, it looks like, on John.
I think he's just getting some games set up for future play. Yeah.
Will is down in kitchen, so Matthew's all alone up top. He does have the hatch open. Matthew should be able to get the thorns from the cameras, right? Can't those cameras get thorns?
Yeah, the zaps. Yep.
Ooh, I missed it just in
didn't
time.
get the one by the window.
Steve gets picked off by Will. Matthew gets picked off through the floor by John. It's all on Trey.
Wow, what
Or through
a
the
shot.
hatch, I guess. Through the hatch.
Yep, the hatch.
Trey's got his little comfort shield, but that thorn is still underneath him unless Matthew did zap it.
I don't think he did.
I don't think he did either. We can pop out. Yeah, it's still there for sure. This is a rough spot for Trey.
Yeah, if I was in this position, I'd probably
Yep.
try to upstairs. Is the best bet, I think.
Will's rotating to that window is just a sound fake, but John's sitting there waiting. Juggernuts looking pretty strong. down 3. You expect him upstairs, you think?
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, I would think downstairs is just so big.
They just make us look like we don't know what we're talking about as I sit here and pick downstairs.
Well, maybe they'll lose on this one, and
Ah,
we'll be right.
yes, and then we will be right. We might not be the greatest at playing Siege, but we got the big brains for thinking Siege.
Yeah,
That's what
for
we'll go
sure.
with at least. Nate's on Nate duty. He's getting hatch number 1. Now this is an interesting one. Will sometimes likes to leave this hatch open and play it with orcs, but orcs
Yeah.
is available and he's not playing it, so
Yeah, playing mute. Really
I feel like
interesting.
yeah, I feel like
Switch
this
up.
is like the experiment that he had with us where he played mute a bit. So but again, like Cade's available and they have Cade, so what's the point?
Well, the point I think is that like let's say they take
The wall?
garage door and just push garage door all of a sudden, then orcs is useless. And I think that's like trying to get you utilize a different operator so that it's a little bit more diverse, I guess. You know,
Right, right.
instead of just being like, oh, I hope they push this way, that's so I can use orcs.
So I can use right. That's fair point. It's
You know,
like
'cause,
the
like, if
rook
I was
guaranteed
facing-
contribution almost.
Exactly. And if I like if I like as a team, if we were facing Will on this site and I knew he had orcs, yeah, I would just try to bypass it. And I'd be like, okay, let's just push garage, or let's just push wine cellar from basement only, not going on first floor.
Right.
And see if like you could just make him.
Oh, Matthew was quick with the he used his camera, saw that there was nothing in place, went ahead and got the wall, so they have a hole open now.
It was nice.
Yep, that was nice. That's the Matthew utility of
Did
simple.
John? Oh yeah, I was about to ask if John was pocketing one of his Cade
Yep.
claws, and he was.
Yep. So, okay, I see now. So they've got this muted off, this caded off, the claws, and then they had this mute, or they had nothing on it actually, but now they have the
Yeah,
other claw.
but he meant to be clawing it.
Yep. So that covers the
was
3
good.
breach points pretty well.
Yeah, and the mute blocking drones is super helpful too. It's like it's that silent assistance to the defense that you don't really see the benefit of, you know.
They're just holding down the hole that they made at garage wall, and Steve is pushing backside with Ying. I like to see that out of Steve.
Yeah, putting some pressure on a different spot to hopefully free up maybe Trey getting a plant. The thing is, I'd like to see Matthew starting to get
Some pressure somewhere.
going. Yeah, something. Like I know that he's probably given intel on cams and stuff, but
He's
I think Trey's
he's
too
entering top
passive.
Fireplace. Yeah, he's just sitting here at his
Trey's
breach.
too passive for anything like that. Yeah, which Trey can be given intel too, like just by call outs and stuff once he sees
Right.
John. Or
Like he'll know where John is exactly, and then Matthew could play up above. Well, not really in that situation, but Stevie's
I feel like they don't realize all 3 are in sight.
right.
So Matthew's having to take the time to go slow.
Steve gets a ping in on Nate, holding wine
So
cellar.
that was a call out too. So
Yep, one Cadella down. Oh, he had the
I
opportunity.
like that.
Yep.
Ah, man. Yeah. I did like the idea there.
Matthew's creeping down fireplace stairs. He should get a line of sight on whoever's playing in blue if they cross. They don't. Trey is giving the ping of where John is currently, so Matthew knows he's back there. He needs to get the kill on John so that Trey can come plant. He gets the kill on John. One's rotating through the connector. Someone else is pushing blue. Trey's where Nate is blue. Matthew down. It's Nate. Finishes Nate.
Whoa.
But I guess Trey got down in the
Time's up.
process. Yeah, Trey got down behind the trash cans.
Man.
I mean,
And Will just rotating into the connector just in time as Matthew looked through the breach.
Yep.
Through the rotate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Matthew did the play he had to do. I feel like he couldn't have left Nate. He could have left Nate in blue if he was planting behind trash cans.
Yeah. Well,
And you would
that's
have
true.
had
Yeah,
to take
that
the fight
angle
to
would
the
have been
guy.
covered. Yeah.
You would have had to take the
But the
fight
thing
to
is
the
the
other guy.
distance. Yeah, it's like the distance is further to connector than to blue, and It's
Right.
like you're just like, I'm in the open. I need to get a kill, you know.
Yep.
But I think that one, one thing that this attacking team struggled for through almost every game is their time. Like that push is just the time was killing them, you know.
Right. We were
Trey
back to
got tied up having to plant,
exactly
and
pushing
then it
with
left
10
Matthew
seconds
having
left.
to get kills.
Yep. We are not. We are streaming for Dog Man. But that's not gonna be the title. Here's where it starts for the Psychos. Kitchen.
Good chance at the kitchen. Yeah. And I actually would say, I don't know if if our team was playing Will, I don't know if I would pick Kitchen as our first.
Right. Previously, when they had played Kitchen, I haven't looked yet, but yeah, Will gets Callie on this window. They get a breach on this wall, and he's got a ridiculous line of sight. He was killing, I think it was Trey, way
Yep,
back at
all
this
the way
kitchen
kitchen.
counter, all the way through
Yep.
from the window. It was insane. And sure enough, there's the Callie.
Yeah.
They don't really have anything to
Yeah.
deal with the bandits, though. We'll see.
The Callie.
Oh yeah. See, I'm telling you, bad at the game, and not even got a big brain for this part either. They do
You
have
got
a fuse,
broadcasting skills though.
right? A fuse coming in, or at least fuse entering the building. This could wreak havoc. Fuse has decimated Stevie in the past. Let's see if he learns from his mistakes.
And Matthew is out of sight, so he could try to get a rotate on it once they call out this fuse. Once
Yeah,
he realizes
true.
it's a fuse. Choose John's fuse.
Yeah, John is fuse. Will's droning John in, it looks like. Or he's just checking to make sure he is clear to play the window. He's good. Nate's done his job. He's got everything open. Here's any sort of line of sight that we could possibly want. Froofy does pick up Nate underneath. I'm not entirely
Yep.
sure what Nate was doing down there.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
And if Matthew is aware, which he probably is, he should know that he
Diffuser.
has the diffuser. Fuses are going
I
down.
wonder if he
That
put
is
a
right over
drone.
Trey. Count that one for John.
Yep.
Will's watching him squirm. That's the combo. Fuse up top,
Yep.
make him move.
Yeah. But when you get that line of sight,
Yep.
it's crazy. That's a crazy.
They heard each other. Will heard Matthew underneath. He's pushed off of it. That's wise. That's the final fuse going down. Steven lives. What a legend. He's watching Hatch though, so he's waiting for John to drop. Meanwhile, Will
Yep.
is pushing into position to get some pressure on B. Oh, there's the last fuse I like. Will drone up Matthew. They know where each other are. Matthew's
He
back.
might not know he's at the big door.
There was some ping I just heard go down.
Okay. Well, that's upstairs.
Main cam is still up, maybe? Oh, he just missed him. John's getting a push to sight, at least towards sight. One thorn goes off,
He's watching
alerts him of
blue.
their presence. Yep. Matthew's in a good spot to hold this. Oh, no, he's not. I lied. He went all the way
No.
up.
Yeah, he didn't realize that he was downstairs.
Oh, Will
He got
grabbed
that
the
ping
diffuser.
that was upstairs. Yeah, I don't think he realized he was down the diffuser right down there.
Will's pushing into sight. Steve's still looking up top. John and Steve should run into each other, but Matthew downs Will in the back, rotate from fireplace.
Oh, there's a plant. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
That's twice there have been no kills on the plant denial.
You know, but on that one, there was only 2 deaths throughout that whole round.
Yep.
That's kind of crazy. That's only happened. If it's happened any this game, other than this game, it's happened once. Us
Jeez.
versus Will. There was only 2 kills in a round.
Was it a time expire?
Yeah.
I guess. Well, yeah. I guess you could
Has to
plant,
be.
defuse, and somebody not try to defuse the defuse.
Yeah.
Billy on Bro says the biggest mute main in our group referring to Will. When we all know that is actually Billy himself or Matthew himself. How's the old trip? Tell Ike we said hello. You can whisper in his ear if you'd like. We get the upstairs site out of the Psychos, opting to bypass the bar gambling and the basement. John's playing Osa. I feel like that's not something we see very often.
I didn't even realize he had Osa.
We'll have to ask him about it later. It might be a first. Matthew picking up a drone. And Will's team is, well, at least Will and Nate are looking to enter in the basement.
I actually like Nate playing with the DMR more often. Like, I think he's a lot more deadly with it.
Yeah, less recoil to worry about, and more just lining
I
up
mean,
a
if
shot
you get this,
and huge damage.
Even a shot,
Yep.
one shot on, a lot of damage.
It worked on me, I'll tell you.
Yep, and using a controller, it's hard. Usually, you'll get that one shot, but then it's hard to control.
Right. John's giving Sight some action. He's ready to enter.
John couldn't get the door open by using the shield.
Oh, can you not do that? Can you do that?
I think you can. I don't know. Actually, I don't know how to do. I don't know if you can or can't with a door.
Oh, Steve wants it. Oh, Trey picking up Will. Steve's cleaning out John, and just like that, it's
when
Nate
he's
all
like
by
that
himself.
all alone. When he's like that all alone, that's the way to do it.
God, Nate grabbing Trey there is big. This makes it manageable. I mean, still the odds are in his favor, but it is definitely manageable.
Yep. Matthew's team plays smart though. I think they'll just hold.
Yeah, Matthew's holding this.
Tight.
Matthew's holding top of blue angle, and Steve's holding the other angle. Easy cleanup.
They played it. They played it smart. They played it slow. They had the man advantage.
And here we go. Match point.
I didn't see how did they get Will?
I didn't have it up. I was watching Steve try to take the shield. Which sucks.
It's all good. Well, there's a Bravo. John playing Bravo. And look at this score line. John 5, Will 2, 8-2.
Yeah.
Matthew 5,
Matty 5.
Trey 1, even 1.
So Steve and Trey got their first kills that last round. Steve picking up John, Trey picking up Will.
Oh, real? Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, man, they struggle on attack. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. That play out of Steve is what you want to see. Like you were saying,
Yeah.
it was the Osa all by himself. So he didn't toy around with the shield at all. He just pushed it.
I was just running Bandit with a shotgun.
He's a bandit with a shotgun.
And Will with the knock.
Everything's all jacked up.
Which I'm surprised. I thought you would think he's used that for like a Valk. Try to get past Valks and stuff.
Right.
But they're not even playing a Valk.
What is in this? Oh, that's a Thorn in the corner. So same play as Trey experienced earlier. He's wanting to give them the same experience. Hop on window and paper. Nate is droning. Now whether or not he tells them is another story. Looking to probably see John
they stole
steal
that.
Yep.
Yeah, I think they already stole that. It's blue.
Oh, that was quick.
It colors. Yeah, it colors what colored. Oh no, defense is blue. I'm sorry.
Will's entered, and he's droned himself in. He's confident to push up into fireplace, it looks like, or at least kitchen
Steven
hallway.
took some hits from the window.
Yep. Yep. Oh, that's Nate just laying down some fire.
Got Blackbeard's got
Will's
the
pushed all
shield.
the way into bar. He might catch Steve. Oh, he's
But
gonna get
Matthew's coming
saved.
up the stairs. Yeah, he's gonna-
Forced him out with a nade and then followed it up with a spray of fire.
I'm surprised there wasn't a
See what I did there?
magpie over there.
Spray of fire. Day of fire. It's good. Maddie is ready to shut down that kitchen push. It looks like from blue stairs, and Nate is just keeping Trey trapped. Matthew's rotating, going to be coming up fireplace.
Trey's gonna need to be careful.
Yep. If Trey dies with Matthew on this rotate, that's huge.
Yeah.
Matthew's coming up West Main, hopefully trying to get a flank on Will, but Will sniffed it out.
Wow. This is shaping up to be the last round.
Yep.
Trey's gonna have to stand on this one. Tough spot. There's still 40 seconds. Oh man.
Nate gets his rotate around, lines up the DMR,
Takes his
makes him
time.
pay. Yep. Juggernuts 4-2 win. It's the same scoreline as the last time they played in Chalet. Will picking it up there at the end, picking up some slack. Let's see where to. Border.
Man, these two maps have been played so much.
I think these are the first two maps. They played Border first last time, and then Chalet, the second game. It was a 5-3 overtime win for the Juggernauts on the first one. On Border last time.
One thing I've been pretty impressed with Will's team since I guess since he played Ike and lost him, it's just how much they've switched up and kind of like
Classic.
switched up and kind of like implemented a lot of changes there to their
They're like
kind of their
operators and whatnot.
plays. Yeah, kind of their plays, like what Will's actually doing. You know, he's played mute a lot. He's played sight a lot more often. Like he doesn't roam. He seems to like not roam as much. And then their attacks, like you know him droning John in so that he could fuse,
Right.
and their coordination even with that, like the operator picks. So like the fuse Cali ace was like perfect on that side.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yep. They only lost it because they ran out of time.
And that was the
That was
byproduct
like
of Nate going down and dying with the diffuser in a spot where
yep.
he didn't really need to be.
Right, right. And that's like one of the better sites for that map too. So like they almost won on one of the best sites, you know.
Right. Billy's over here giving us a 10 out of 10. I don't know what he's talking about, but thank you, Billy. What's your prediction,
Alright,
Joe?
so
What you thinking?
I don't know. Who's attacking first? John or
The Juggernauts
Will's
are
team?
attacking first. Yep.
Juggernuts. I think this one's gonna be even closer than that last one because
Yep.
they, you know, when Matthew's team starts with the defense, I think it'll
Right.
give them several wins early, and then they might be able to pull off an attacking win.
Yeah, because then they're just looking to steal one, maybe two attacks.
Yeah, I think they'll need to. I think they're gonna lose one defense, and I think they'll need to pull two attacks. Um,
You
to
expect the
win it
bands to be
straight
the
up.
same?
I would expect so. Yeah, maybe the Ayana switch up, but I don't know. I don't know who they would ban instead.
All right. Good to go. All good in chat.
So Border has been played 6 times. Chalet has been played 4 times.
Wow. That's quite a bit.
The Juggernauts have played this map 3 times, and they've won it twice and lost once. Chalet, they've played twice, other than this past one because it hasn't been counted yet. Played twice and won and lost, or won twice, lost
They
once.
beat us there,
They beat us there, yep.
and they beat Matthews. They beat the Psychos.
Yep, and then they lost to Ike's team there.
And they lost to Samurais. So far, so good. Oh, the Osa switch. Yep.
Oh, who banned Osa?
Juggernuts instead of banning Twitch. I guess take away Osa instead.
Yep, take away trays.
Do you think that's to encourage Matthew to not play Zero and maybe make him play Twitch more? They're more scared of the Zero.
I think it could be just the map order, playing against the Osa, like Osa on the main
Archives,
site,
yeah.
or archives, or just or I think Osa is a little bit more effective on border.
Nate's locking in with that lion. That's all he's doing these days. Oh, I lied. He's switching it up. Classic.
Will playing knock again. Just surprises me. I haven't seen her utilized a whole lot other than Steven in
Yep.
these season games.
I think he likes the speed, the weapon, and the grenade utility.
Yeah, the nades. The nades are the best part about that. Once she lost her silent step, like, she became a lot weaker.
Alright, Psycho's opting to go bathroom tellers. I think we'll all agree this is still the best site on this map. We do usually see a fuse out of John here.
I actually would say, in this situation, like, after playing Will's team 3 times on defense against on this site, and 3 times on attack on this site, I actually would say I would have probably chosen a different one. Yeah, I would go up first, and then it for second.
What is the John operator's name? I want to say Maestro, but I know it's not Maestro.
John? John's Flores.
That's right. Yeah, it's pretty much the same.
Maestro Flores? Yeah, sure.
Same thing.
They look the same. Foreigners.
Right, exactly. Yikes. Nate and Will getting a little push in to ventilation.
Yep.
Probably just
Again,
going to go.
the drone in.
Yep. Nate's drone in.
Reach even to get servers, to take servers quick.
Yep. Don't even have to worry with the hatch, which is something I ran into last time we played him. Matthew is up top. Feels like Matthew's just waiting for the fuse to come in the window. It's where he killed Anthony like 6 times when they played last.
It's a good spot to play, I think. Like when we left upstairs open, and Will's team the Juggernauts came in and just took it.
Yep.
It was hard. It was hard to keep that site.
Nate's getting the wall. Putting some pressure on
All
Trey.
3 used though.
Yep. That means hatch is going to be sealed unless Flores has the personal single-use breach charge, which he doesn't. Trey's playing smart. He's got a camera, bulletproof camera, so he's got himself in a safe spot, and he can just watch the breach and wait for some action to happen instead of actively peeking it. Matthew's still upstairs.
I actually I don't really love opening all 3 up.
Yeah.
The wall, because then it leaves you no hiding spots.
So much. Yep. I think there's one little spot right there in between those 2 you can hide.
Yeah.
Will's getting a push into bathroom hall. Nate has rotated off of it, so they just breached it as a distraction, and look like they're
it forces them to not be able to just play that door. Yeah.
Yep. Beeper goes off, they know just use it as a distraction.
Switching it up.
Rotate. Yep. is able to land some shots on.
Get the kill.
Steven picking up John, and soon to
That's
pick
a
up.
big.
It looks like he and Nate are right next to each other. Oh. He calls it out. Trey picks it up. Matthew gets the flank from the hatch up top. Finishes him
Man.
off.
Yeah, see, this team seems decent with their defensive side.
They are definitely defensive favored.
It was a good attack too. It wasn't like the attack was bad.
Yeah. They came in and took workshop really quick, but like to your point, almost opened it up too much and made it unplayable so that they had to rotate out. Sorry, you got me in a big bite of a hamburger.
Yep, midnight hamburger.
Yep. Alright, we get the upstairs site. No surprise there. Matthew is not playing Maestro, which is something he usually does on the site.
Yep, probably because of just how common, like, knowledge his strats are for it.
Yep. Gets the, let's see, Maestro camera in the cabinet. And
Yeah, like Will's playing Zofia right now. He might switch off of it, but
right. Because 100% his intent is to, or would have been, to walk in and shoot the one up top on the thing. And shoot the one over.
John's switching to Bravo.
I do like to see
From-
that,
Never
especially
mind.
with all the bout cams. And the gates.
Yeah, but it's just like after attacking this one and just not like when we didn't go for the wall at all, it really like it makes it hard. It makes hard trying to take this site without either you open that wall even if you don't play it, or you just 100% focus on archives.
Right. Like all three of them have to go over there to archives. That is
Yeah.
the play that they're trying to make.
Well, they might just be like, let's take this, take this side of the map, take it east, push in.
He's taking big damage. Nate. Yeah, Nate is pushing pretty hard. Oh no, he rotated. I thought he was on the side. I was like, this is aggressive for Nate. Oh, Matthew's bypassing the metal detector, but isn't aware that Will has entered. Gets to the safety of underneath the new balcony. Is back on his drone. Matthew's aware or sees him. Might be able to go pick him off.
I think he might have heard something because there's like the gap at the top of the wall right there for that where
Right.
Will walked in at.
Right. Matthew's on cams. Steven's holding down the fountain, and Trey's still on site. Will's pushing up top of east. Nate and John looks like they're going towards the door. Lion's going down. Looks like Nate's probably going to try to enter break room and meet up with Will.
Yeah, Will's got east and now taking balcony.
Yep. So
It's such a hard spot.
They've got security pretty well under control. Will does bust open a big line of sight all the way through to objective. Looks like Will and Nate are going to push off his side. There is a gate in the way, and Steven is sitting there just patiently waiting. Matthew's rotating underneath, going to be coming up top at east.
Yeah, this is good timing for Matthew.
I
He
couldn't
was
switch
really
to him fast enough. Stevie picks up Will, but
What a
does
kill.
run through the gate.
Yeah, the gate got stolen by Bravo.
John and Trey are about to go
Nate's
at
about
it.
to get caught by Matthew.
Yep. Matthew's getting the rotate around. John's off his push. He's rotated back into security a bit. They do have the hole open. He pushes through. Ball does hit an element. Matthew sprays, holds him off a bit. Steven picks
I'm
up
surprised he
John.
didn't get that kill.
And then Nate is just going after Matthew. I didn't get to switch to him in time.
Just-
And Matthew
that's
cleans it up.
That was a good call. I think Nate knew where he was at. He just needed to push him, and he just wasn't able that little peek into the hall threw it off too. It was just like a couple seconds earlier. He would have had him like he had me.
Like he's had all of us.
Yep. Like in that same spot too.
And just like you said, here they are, up 2-0. If it does go to a third
Strong.
match, they do have defense again, I'm pretty sure.
Oh really? What's the last map?
I don't know. They
You know.
don't tell me these things.
Let me see if I can check. Will versus Matty Patty. All right. It's Chile, Border, and Villa.
Okay. Not really
They
any
don't.
changes here. Looks like we do have a Legion play. Oh, and a Frost play, but Steven says, give me 3 kills and I'll keep playing the same person, please. Look at old Stevie. I mean, John from work? John's doing work? I don't think so. How about Stevie doing work? Time to put in that name change.
Yeah, the kill in that last round on John was big.
And Will. He got Will and John.
Oh, did he get Will first or John first?
He got Will first. Will was pushing Foundry.
That one, that was a big one.
Yeah. Then he picked up John, and Matt was distracting him from the slow side. He's getting some pretty solid mats going down. Matthew and Legion, that's been a match made in heaven recently.
Have you got much time with Legion's change?
I've gotten a little bit, and I'm not, like, I don't hate it. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
You just put him around the corners of doors instead of like in it, the middle of a door, and it's to the same effect, but better.
Nate with the Jackal.
Yeah, I like to see that.
Yeah, I wonder if they're actually gonna try to like squeeze Matthew out of his hiding spot
Right.
with the knock Jackal kind
Have
of
the
combo.
Knox entering the building. It looks like Matthew's just waiting
Yeah, he's
for
up on
fuses
top of the.
probably, but they don't have a fuse, so could be waiting a long time. Trey's just holding down sight, and Steve's holding down the other sight. Will's entered up top. L Hall will probably push down main. I don't think he knows Matthew's up top, so no real need to push him. Now he's bailing on that and headed to east.
I don't think he took out L Cam, so he had to get back to the wrong stage.
Oh, John enters and pays for the diffuser down.
And then Nate's gonna try to go get that diffuser, I guess.
Yep.
Nate might have just picked Jackal because he likes Jackal. Have actual like goal specific.
Oh my gosh!
And
Didn't
they're
see
looking
him.
at each other.
I mean, honestly, I don't think I would have seen him. But oh, he gets a nice rotate. Oh, good play by Trey. The key there was he stayed safe the whole time and put himself in an advantageous position. And Will says he doesn't really care about advantageous positions, and he's just going to push him and kill him.
Yeah, Trey was still at the same spot that he gotten the kill on Nate was, so
Yep.
Nate probably called it out.
They do know that they have the user. End up in L mine. Oh, Will's getting the pings on the flank out of
Yeah,
Steve.
because there's that drone inside the.
Yep. Oh, Steve's gonna have a chance on it. They know, each of them know where the other one is.
Yeah.
But Steve is quicker on the
Oh,
trigger.
what a kill.
shot.
Aim and head height. It's a good round. There's a good 3 rounds.
Yeah.
It's a strong start.
A defensive masterclass out of the Psychos.
And getting all 3 of those defensive rounds makes this a lot easier.
Yep. They're not looking for
Because
all.
they could just
They're just
they
looking
can
for
just
one.
take one, especially one in the next 2. With the momentum still on their side.
The orc's pick didn't take long for Will to fall right back into his comfort pick. He loves him on this site,
Yep, this site specifically, yeah.
or this map
This
rather.
map, yeah.
It's ridiculous the utility that he has in terms of the hatches. Like
Yeah,
you
there's
have
5
these two
hatches.
hatches here, which are in very safe spots to go up. You have the one
Yep.
over here, which I feel like the almost more in terms of dropping. You can drop this one and come up this one in no time, and you've completely bypassed walking all the way around to here.
Yep.
It's
Or any
insane.
cams that were like watching a
Uh-huh.
haul, or
Yep.
yeah, it's like it's impossible to watch any rotates as an attacker because there's just too many with the hatches as available. What means of getting around?
We're getting something out of Matthew I never thought we'd see. He switched off Twitch to play Dokkan. Trey with Jackal, that's huge. Will hates getting sniffed. And the combo there. Get the ping on Will and then call him.
Yeah,
Put him in a sticky spot.
they called him too early though.
What did they just call him?
Yeah, they've already used a call. Like they might have used one just so that you know if he's close when you're trying to enter.
Right.
That's probably what they were utilizing for. But
You can drone that pretty easily.
she only has 2 calls now, so it's kind of tough.
Okay, all three together. Matthew's in taking an L Hall
They
cam.
took east. I do really like that too. Like they took east.
Oh,
Like those two are pushing
Will's
east.
got a dirty. Looks like he'd made a.
But he's trapped though.
Yeah, he
Oh,
is.
yes,
He's got his
held
hatches.
the line. Yeah, I thought he was on the left.
Stevens clearing top of East. Will's dropping after he heard that he was being droned. Matthew did hear him drop. Matthew, in response, I don't know if it was Will who opened it, Matthew that opened it. He's going to drop a hatch, it looks like. Trey should be looking for feet at this point. They know he is over here. It's pretty easy to go get him. If I had to guess, that should be a Jackal scan.
This attack has been looking a lot better than theirs last map.
Right, who is this?
They're working, yeah, they're working together. They're clearing top floor. They're chasing Will out of it.
What I would have liked to see, the only thing different, Steve was over here at East. If he had pushed down, he could have cut off that rotate that Will just made back to site.
Yeah. Well, even if he didn't push down, he could stay on the balcony and hold like the windows and that big door for a little while.
They've
It's a
pushed
good
all
spot.
three defenders back to site. Will is not comfortable there, so he's out.
Well, and
Matthew's
there's
on the
Will.
line side. Matthew finishes him off. Good positioning. He does have the option to grab can.
It's kind of in the open though.
Don't care.
Do it.
Yep. With 3v3 and nobody being dead, like, I understand the value of it, but it takes a lot of time. And nobody's gonna. Oh, never mind. Matthew says I'm gonna hop on this. All right, Trey's giving the window some love, but Nate's just gonna throw another thing on him as soon as he gets one, so he gets both at the same time. It's a smart play by Trey. They're getting pings down. Steven is pushing
Stack
back.
out.
Fingers coming in huge.
That was a good use though. Oh man, so close. Trey's down. So
Trey's down. It's Matthew.
1v1.
They know Matthew's. Matthew just goes for the kill. Doesn't manage to pick it up.
Man, that was a good attack. I think.
Defenders came from you.
Yeah, the utility use on the defense, because not even the Finras, the windows were being blocked by Nate at the with the concrete throwers thingies, the zombies, and that was like really slowing down their attack. And I think it forced Trey through that one window that was opened, which made it to where he got downed.
Yeah, but still, all that aside, that was the best attack I've seen that team make in a long time.
Oh yeah, 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 and it's that site. It's such a good site. You have to have a really good attack to actually take it.
Great concrete throwing by Nate for sure, says Billy. Will's playing Castle. Wow. That's kind of weird.
So crazy.
Yep. He says,
I
you know
mean,
what?
against this team, I'm telling, like, I think
Slows them
that's
down.
not a terrible, yeah. Especially if they don't take the right utility when it comes to like, yeah. See, right now, if they don't switch off, they don't have anything to deal with those other than just hitting them down.
9 punches. Then
Yeah.
even when they get one down, you know Nate's just going to chuck up some concrete.
Oh, it's 3 more punches.
No switches, so they're content with beating their meat.
Yep.
But this site isn't great for, like, you can't really just push it aside from the, like, choke points, the windows and the doors. So that's even more of an advantage. They didn't really bring anything to get hatches with.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, it's going to force him into spots where Nate can just, hey, some concrete. Oh, 9
Yeah.
punches later, wow, you're through a castle. There's some concrete. And it exaggerates this attacking team's problem. And it just slows them down even more.
And here's another thing: is it looks like they're not even pushing this side. They're going to be pushing from the opposite side. Yeah, they're upstairs.
Yep.
So it's going to definitely switch it up a little bit. So they'll be actually attacking that server door.
Right.
I
Which
think.
is castle, but the wall next to it is still soft.
But I mean, they're going to have to get up close and start smacking the door down because they're not going to be able to just push through that because they don't even have breaching charges. Trey
Jeez.
might have a shotgun as a sidearm, but this is going to be a painful attack.
It's going to be a painful attack.
All 3 defenders in sight, and I think that's a good. See, I'm telling you that Will's strategy, like the Juggernauts switching up their strategy to actually be a delay on against this team is definitely
It's a
strong.
next level. It's not checkers anymore. They're playing chess.
Yeah.
Okay, Matthew's been droning for the last 1 minute and 45 seconds, but I have no idea where he is. There he is. All right, all 3 in the building. Yeah, Juggernauts are just on site, just waiting.
Yep. There's a minute left. They haven't prepped anything to take this site again. It's crazy. I think they're so afraid that there's someone off site.
Yep, Matthew's
I think
droning
they're
into
droning right
detention. They're
now.
droning everywhere.
Yeah.
Looks like Steve might have seen Will and John both together.
Yeah. Which they know if they have tags on them, then they should know those 2 are on site. You should assume Nate's on site.
Yep, Matthew's punching to get the wall down.
30
Oh,
seconds.
but
This is
John's
crazy.
left this wall soft on purpose.
Yep.
There it is.
Should still be able to get the
Wall's
castle.
open. John downs 1. Calls going off. Matthew's getting flashbangs in. John finishes Steven. Trey's taking big damage from Will. Oh, beautiful flashbang from Matthew. Downs John. Finishes him up. Doesn't have diffuser though. And all we're seeing is defense.
Yep.
Defensive masterclass out of the Juggernauts.
That first round on their attack was beautiful, but then it was like the Juggernauts are like, well, we'll need to adapt. So I'm not
Right?
going to Rome's because your Jackal, Dokkaebi, and Twitch just not going to work
Not
against
going to work against our
the turtle
castles.
shell.
Yep, exactly. And he's doing it again. He's switching again. I think he's decided
Echo.
he's got a wheel of names over there that he's spinning for attack and defense, and whatever he gets is how they decide to play. Oh, he spun it
They're
again.
playing upstairs.
So
Yeah, I was going to be surprised if he stuck with Echo. He doesn't play Echo very often, especially like on this site. I don't really know how he would utilize it, you know?
he used to play Echo a lot on Xbox, if you remember.
Yeah, I do
He
remember
even
that.
got the Elite skin.
Yeah.
But PC-wise, nah, he kind of sucks with Echo.
No, don't think he sucks at Echo.
No,
I
no,
just
if you
think he
say that,
doesn't usually
Joe,
play
then all he'll
Echo
do
on
is
this
play
site.
Echo for the next 6 weeks, which is what we want.
He's such a sheep.
Yep, exactly. Interesting strategy fortifying both of these.
Yep.
That gives a lot of
You-
safety for any attackers that make their way into Fountain.
Yeah. I don't like usually playing offense as an attacker. I don't like to play on main stairs, but it is always so scary when those walls get opened up on the defensive side.
Right.
You
You
know?
can either have somebody top of main shooting through somebody pushing from office, or vice
Yep.
versa. Like,
Yep.
if you have somebody playing an office where, oh, they are one reinforcement short, I don't think that'll come back to bite them, but yeah, like, that hole there can cut down so much rotate. Both ways.
Yep.
Alright, Matthew switching it up, playing Blitz.
Yep. They're trying to speed up their attacks, I think.
Yep.
Which, if they go right through this main wall, or right through this... Oh, no, they're going to go to archives then.
Archives, yep. They're getting the drones up and in. Will is holding down archives. He does have his hatch open. It makes you wonder, like, this team doesn't bring Ace when Ace is available.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah, they don't play
kind
hard
of
breach
strange.
jumps at all.
Yep. Damage from Nate's spray. And Nate says
Is
that's
Trey
enough
at
of
the
that.
window yet?
Yeah, Trey's just got the window.
Well,
Steve,
he put it over the barricade. You just hit the barricade once and it breaks the zombie.
oh, good to know.
Well, if he actually hit the barricade, he needed to hit the barricade. Left the barricade moved the
Steven looks like was droning himself in. Jeez. He's going to be pushing from back of east, it looks like, to get a pinch on the door, office door. That's a good play by Steven. This will cut down this rotate. It looks like Will does see it, though. Cam must have still been up. Will's looking to take the fight to him here.
He's got
wild
face
spray.
checking everything. Yep. Oh, man.
This is good.
That
This is where they want
Wills.
They should start pushing the window. Okay, they are. Stephen pushes him, makes him pay. Plant should be going down. Oh, Steve has the fuser, so Matthews is good. It looks like try to take the fight to John.
Shit.
John does pick up the kill on Steve. C4's coming. Waiting for a way. Matthews getting the safe plant. Trey should just cover here. Play it smart. Play it safe.
Yep, Trey's playing it safe.
Yep. Alright, pressure's on John now. Oh, Matthew's just peeking and peeking to get the ping on him so that Trey knows where he's at.
Tough spot.
Laying some big damage on Matty. Makes
That
it
was a good hit on him.
more manageable. But Trey's there
Trey's,
to keep a line of fire on him, and he polishes them off.
it's tough.
Villa, here we come.
That was enough.
Yep.
That was a good game.
Oh, look at that. That is the harmony you like to see on your scoreboard.
That is impressive.
Yep.
Matthew was probably holding back just so Trey could get that last kill so it would even it up.
he probably was. Hey, Trey, I'll down him for you. Come over here. Alright, off to Villa.
Alright, I'll be right back.
It's funny. Alright, no surprise there. Samurai or Psycho's picking defense. Did you see what Maddie said, Joe?
No.
He said, "Can we please change our name to Take 5?"
Nice.
Classic.
Oh, that reminds me. You can change their names. We should start changing them to the actual team names.
What?
Yeah, instead of blue team and orange team.
How?
Uh,
Custom team names on.
yeah.
Blue team is the Psychos. What? That's awesome. I think they're getting a little pee break in on the Psycho side. It gives John time to consume some cigs.
So, what's your prediction on this one?
I'm going with the hot hand. I think the Psychos take it. They start out with defense. The choice is up to them. I don't know if they win all three, but I think they'll win two defense and then two attacks. I think they're starting to get rolling, starting to figure out how to play, which could spell trouble for the rest of us.
Yep.
But then again, it's tough to bet against the big dog.
Yeah.
We were adding up their the Juggernuts kills per round, and it's something like 2.1, which is just ridiculous.
Jeez.
So like, is even if they lose, they're killing at least two people to go down with
Yep.
them on average.
Yep. Did you look at the other teams at all of that?
Yep, we had added them all up. That's what Will and I were doing earlier. I don't remember off the top of my head. I think the lowest was might have been us with like 1.7, but we plant a lot.
Did you did you account for Eli's as well?
I did not. He wasn't on the list. We were just adding the people on the list.
Eli's stats are still on that page.
Oh, I don't remember what it was. Everybody else was like between 1.7 and 1.8, and then they were at 2.1. John's got the ready. Looks like they're ready. Let's hit it. You think any band changes going down?
I don't think so.
It's
Will's team might switch it up on some of those attacks.
uh-huh.
With those attacks, like try to ban either Jackal or Dokkaebi to help his roam game on this map, but I don't know. Because they
Jackal.
did switch it up to,
It
yeah,
is.
see,
Yep. He hates it.
they did switch it last time, and I figured they might have switched it this one too.
It's the Juggernaut way. Adapt and survive.
Yeah,
Didn't work out well for him last game, but it did
I
work.
mean when they did it for that first round,
Uh-huh.
the second one when they played upstairs, they kind of used a different tactic. Like I think Will was still making the right call by playing sight instead of doing a roam, because they would have just bypassed him,
Right.
but it just still didn't work.
Billy, if you're still there, hit us with a prediction, baby. Actually, hang on. I can tell if you're still there. We'll see if you've fallen asleep wherever you're at. He's still here. There he is. The Malusi out of Trey is kind of interesting. Old Stevie sticking with Ella. Can't blame him.
I, I don't I like the Malusi better when it's combined with like
The
um,
Thorn, like you and I had.
the Thorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think it's bad. It def it at least does some intel of like when someone's coming around a corner or comes into a room or something.
Right,
Kind of like the same thing as Ella, just not as effective.
right. We get the prediction out of Billy. He's thinking the Juggernuts pull it out. He should know better. Juggernuts don't pull out.
Will is the villain. I think that was old Will. I don't think Will.
He's not as
I
big
don't
of
think
a
he's
menace.
as strong
Yep.
on this map now.
Interesting reinforcement usage.
Yeah, which I do like. I
I like
think
leaving one of the sides, not both.
yeah, that's true. I think I agree with that.
And preferably I'll leave this one open. Actually, this one open. That way you have a line of sight and it doesn't, they can't use it to get something ridiculous back into this corner.
Yeah.
Alright, we get a mudroom push out of John, which is typically something we see Will do. Nate's playing Osa. I think that's the first time he's played Osa this this season, honestly. But he and Will are sticking together. Will's droned in, pretty confident. He's pushing all the way up to red. And he's back on his drone. They must have seen that, well, I was going to say all three defenders were on site, but they're not. Maddie's playing up top in bedroom. Might be able to get a drop flank on him if he so chooses. Will's,
Those,
yep, they've
those are
taken
so
it.
hard to pull off.
Yep. The wall is soft there, though, so if he does drop, they can get a nice sprayage. Will's droning out.
He
Nate's
still has
taking
his
big
impacts.
damage from Steve.
That was like 5 health.
There's a ton of blood. I didn't look at the health bar. that, that looks like more than 5 health worth of blood.
That's true.
What is Matthew's response to this? Okay,
Oh man, I thought he was gonna get that Nate. Oh, he did.
he does get Nate, but he knows where he is. Will knows where Steve is.
Yeah,
Matthew
but
should be getting
still
this
not.
flank. Matthew sounds like he's
Should
coming down
be.
red.
That's
Blew
what
up
that
the
makes
wall
sense.
right behind him. Oh no, blew up above him. Jeez.
Oh man, and
And
he was
Steve,
able to cross. Steven crossed
Steve,
without. I don't think Will knew.
yep. And John's taking damage from Trey. While all this has been going down, Will's got his little rotate to cut off what looks like to re-enter and come up from red. Matthew is
Yep,
back
that's
to
what
sight.
you do.
Oh, that's sneaky. Matthew's back to sight.
Laundry. Yep.
Yep.
It's decent. Trey knows where John is.
And Trey takes the fight to him.
Nice.
Now it's Big Dog. Big Dog gonna eat? Or are they gonna turn him into a
The
little
big
dog?
bad Juggernaut.
Uh-huh. Big bad Juggernaut. Who's prone in Trey put in a corner. Will can't hit the head. And now it's just sprayed the doorway by all three of these psychos, and Trey cleans them up.
Nope, they didn't get 2 kills on that one.
Good work, boys. Bring that number down. This is what we love to see. Good defense. Great work by Matthew, and I doubt it was communicated. Him and Steve with that, just buying Steve time and cover to rotate across to get a whole new angle on Will.
Yeah.
I really wanted to see the old leaping Fruifzilla flying over that thing.
Yeah.
Over to Aviation Games. And old Steven with that shotgun. Shotgun bandit.
This also doesn't have the C4, which is so crazy.
He's like a young Will. He'll do anything to be different.
Young Will, isn't it? This is just a Will straight up.
Young in terms of his siege life. I like this defensive lineup for him. It's very similar to that site on Chalet, where there's just so much stuff that it doesn't hurt to have the mute and the bandit.
Hmm.
And then Thorn is always uh, like you rarely see kills with her utility unless you're doing some jank stuff that you seem to do to me always. But her ability to just force somebody into an uncomfortable position is ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, it's a trap operator, but it's also a utility operator, or it's a, kind of
Like an
gets you
intel.
info.
Uh huh.
Yeah, intel. And I think the combination of those two, um, yeah, and what you're saying of like it forces them out of a spot. Like you can put it on like the stairs, so where like they have to push up or they have to push back
Right.
when they first try to take the stairs.
This is an interesting spot out of Trey behind this deployable shield. He's going to get aimed out of his mind,
Yeah,
and John needs to get there to take that fight. He gave him time to recover, but John with the flick
still
headshot.
took it.
Holy cow!
What a shot.
Went right on him.
After flashing them like that, I would have sprinted
Uh
the
huh.
heck over there, but
Yep.
he held this line of sight.
He almost paid for it.
Control. Yeah, he almost walked over there.
It's the John way, dude.
Yep.
All right, Will and Nate are pushing the site.
I do like this attack. They're getting one on each side. They're taking both angles.
I
That way
switched
they're
to
putting
wrong.
pressure. Oh,
Matthew cleans up John. Plant is still going down against the plant. He said he was looking to plant more this game in our pre-game chat. Got the Lion to red light, green light Matty. Looks like the two defenders, one is playing L Hall and one is playing in the cubby where
And the
the
wall.
vault door is.
behind the door. Yeah. Matthew doesn't have time to do this.
Nope. There's just too much stuff he's got to check.
Yeah. Well, yeah. He doesn't know where they're at. He's in such a bad spot. That he has to do to get this to take it back. Yeah, but what I was kind of meaning like he didn't really have the time to flank, but he
Right.
also didn't know where they were at.
Good
If
cleanup kill
one of
by.
them had gotten into office, it would have been the brilliant play.
Right, right, exactly. But it wasn't. Oh, Billy says he didn't know Maddie had mute. Wow. You're not the only one who plays mute, Billy. Trey playing Clash. Interesting.
Yep. Interesting.
The Wamai out of Steve help stop the Ying madness that's going on.
Yep. I think that's well. Yeah, I think that's good too.
Yep. That was such a
Yeah, I think
weird interaction.
what.
The John and Trey one.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Trey just stood
He
there and
knew
he's
he had
like,
him
he couldn't
flashed.
do anything.
Yep.
Flashed him. He was flashed the heck out.
Yep.
And then John just like ADS walks all the way across the wall.
Guess when you got your
It almost
aim
acted
hacks
like,
on.
yeah, he almost acted like he didn't realize he was back there.
Right. I guess there were shots coming, but it could have easily been from the corner instead of behind the shield.
Yeah, that's true. Because we were watching through Trey's perspective.
Uh-huh.
So I don't actually know what John saw originally.
Looks like they're going to be attacking probably from main. All three attackers seeming to try to get a foothold into the entryway here.
I wonder why Will's playing Sophia.
It'll work against the Clash now, if that comes into play. I don't know if that was his thought
But
process.
so does the Ash.
Yep.
I guess you get one more
Matthew
round to
is
shoot at her.
way off site. If they
Yeah,
drone.
he's looking for any attack on that
Yep.
bedroom side to push.
Dang it. Steve, picking up Nate. I was just about to switch to him.
Oh.
Just can't ever remember where I'm at.
Was Nate on the stairs?
Nate was on the
I didn't
stairs,
even
yep.
see.
Yep. It was a heck of a line of sight.
He was Oh,
John's going to be coming up red. Matthew might have the flank on that. Looks like Will's trying to take the fight to Steve. Nope, he's not.
what? He's a little worried on the flank.
Oh, beeper going off. That should tip the cap to Matty. Matthew seems to have gone AFK.
Well, Matthew, I think he's afraid of someone coming up behind him.
He's gone AFK with his finger holding down the ADS button. He's still here.
Well, he might not. He might do the hold. He might
Oh, yeah.
just have press.
John's getting the drone. Droning him out. Gotta find him. Doesn't find him. That could be costly. Let's see. Nope. Will and John are both there, so Will is relying on this intel. Meanwhile, Trey's feeding intel now.
I think Matthew's playing smart. He's not making. He wasn't moving at all, so he wasn't getting any sound cues. He
Yep.
was just using his ears, and he was covering his back, so he wasn't.
Oh, this will off. And absolutely pinned down by the clash, which gives Steve time to come around and finish him off.
Yep. That's a good defense right there.
Yep.
Will almost had Steven. He was just
He
shooting
did.
too high.
Just a little bit too high. He was pre-firing it like he always does. And there it is. There's the 2-1 on attack. So far, I'm looking pretty good. But now it's the big switch. How do the psychos respond?
Once the Psychos got a man up, the clash becomes so much more beneficial.
Yep. You're no longer playing a gun down, and you have an absolute menace of a meat shield. A meat shield,
Which forces them almost to have to push together. You can, with
Yep.
a clash, like if Will ran into a clash by himself, then it kind of forces Will to either really commit to try to kill that clash, or he has to back off and regroup with Steven.
Yep.
Yeah, because or not Steven,
John.
with John. Because then, trying to take a clash by yourself is so tough, especially if they probably have a support.
Yep. Interesting pick, and it definitely paid off.
Yep.
Look at the switches going on here. Steven switching off of knock into fuse, which is a good play, I feel like. He's finally understanding. If he can't ever escape the fuse charge, he might as well become the fuse charge. And then Trey with the Nomad, and Matthew sticking with Dokkaebi. Look at the real quick. Let's glance at that kill leader on the Psychos. Steven with 4.
Oh yeah.
Love to see it. That's the young protege Matthew was drafting when he picked him.
Yeah.
They're going to run into some trouble. The Orcs can't stand it. Good little bit of counterplay, though, with the Dokkaebi.
Matthew's taking a big chunk of the map already.
Yeah. He does need to worry about the hatch drop. Will's way over here at piano, though. Near the piano hatch. Steve's droning them in, so they should have intel knowing that living room is clear. Trey's still up top, giving the L Hall rotate some cover, some nomads. It looks like it wouldn't hurt to put one above the hatch, honestly.
Yep.
Matthew's bailing on that little push, and Will is rotating around behind him. Minute 30. The stall is happening though. And what a nomad
Still have
by
time,
Trey.
and they've taken a lot of the map.
It's a well shot.
The thing is,
nomad.
I'd like to see is some prep work to get sight.
What angle is John? Oh, he's got that back of the wall open.
Has Steven used any of his fuses yet?
No fuses.
That's surprising.
He drones so much.
Yep.
Which.
Yeah, they just droned John out.
Will's getting the creep behind him though. He will catch Trey if Trey's not listening.
So if they don't have a nomad back
Trey
there.
is preoccupied with the angle that John was holding. The Dokkaebi might bail him out though.
plants on John. Oh, C4
John
on
C4's in.
Matthew.
Yep.
And this,
Trey didn't hear it. No reaction.
but Will didn't keep pushing,
didn't
so
push it.
Will's not
Yep.
gonna catch him in time. They're gonna push site, either side to the people on site or
Fuse
take site possibly.
Fuse is going down.
It's taking so long. 20 seconds is the fuse. That's what we're going to.
Will's rotating way off. Trey picks up the kill on John. Steve gets
Oh,
naked.
that was big. That was big. They have sight now.
Yep, they have
So
sight.
Will
Trying
has
to
to
get
now
over
go
to
back.
Blaine.
They're getting together, which is really good, and they're staying away from the hatch.
One nomad kicks Will off. They should know that he's near red. Plant goes down.
Well, there's several nomads all over the place, so they might not know exactly.
This is a great plant.
This is a really good spot.
Yep, great
Yeah,
spot to
they've
be.
gotten in the
But they're
kitchen
looking
too.
the wrong way.
Yeah, but he might take one out, and that should give the other one enough time to react. Oh, they're not exposing themselves. They're pushing him. Okay, they know he's in the kitchen now, though.
Fuse is going up. Steve's going up.
Oh, that's smart. That is smart. They've got this round.
Trey cleaned him up.
Like, even if Trey's down, they have that fuse above.
Good play by the Psychos. They're learning.
That was a good attack. Yep.
The quick 1-2 kill gave Will no chance to respond.
Yeah. Which he had the chance.
Mm-hmm.
He was playing for someone to walk into his sight, you know.
Yep.
Which is like he doesn't know it, but if he just kept pushing,
Yep.
yeah, if he kept pushing, he would have caught Trey with his back turned.
Yep.
Just
3-1.
missed him.
This is match point. Same lineup.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Out of
Crazy
the
game.
Psychos. Let's see, Stevie. What do we got? Jeez, Trey picking it up. Matthew doesn't know what to do. He's over here cruising with his 1 kill. They have elected to go aviation and game room. And there's Steve. Stevie's switching off to Fuse. Not really the greatest pick for this site. The only real fusible spot that I think really works is fusing the vault. Like you can flush people out of there pretty quick. But other than
You can
that,
fuse from office if you end up if you have someone covering the doors.
right,
but-
you can clear out the back.
But yeah, I definitely agree. It's not super helpful. But he's not playing fuse anymore.
He's triple switched on us. He's trying to make liars out
Someone
of
needs
us.
to tell him about the 1.5 scope instead of the holographic that he's using.
He uses the holographic on. How did you see that?
I saw it from last round. I was gonna mention it, but you were talking, and then
Oh, classic me.
yeah, you talk too much on a broadcast.
Tell me about it. Interesting stuff. Yeah, somebody needs to let this man know.
Yeah.
Will is playing off site. Should have his cams up. That's what Will's going back to. Feels like more of his bread and butter. Or in his case, just bread.
Actually, I feel like this is his second. Usually, his bread and butter is the Oryx.
Yep.
Yeah. And it didn't really pay off last time, but I feel like that Dokkaebi Jackal combo kind of has
Yeah,
hindered him a little bit.
for sure.
Or the knock, or not knock, nomad.
The
Dokkaebi.
nomad play, I feel like, came in pretty big. It stopped him on.
Yeah,
on
he
several
wasn't super
occasions.
confident to go through the door, to push him in the back, you know. All right, they've got a minute and a half left, and again, they don't really have any prep done on the site. They really rely a lot on their gunfights just to get kills, like straight up, which is
Yeah.
so funny.
And on that note, right on cue,
Yep.
Matthews just waltzed into
Yes.
sight.
Yeah, he just walks in, he's right,
Yep.
right behind Nate. Oh my gosh.
Will picks up the one
Oh,
trade on Trey. But
Trey
he's
was just
not
trying to
in a good
waltz in.
spot. Steven needs
he's
to
not.
Steven needs to rotate around and get the plant off.
Yeah, he needs to get in and get that plant started with Matthew, and Matthew just covers it, they'll be fine. He just saw Will, so he does
Yeah,
call. He should have
traded
called
some
that out.
damage. Matthew still has one
Shit.
call. Good play picking up a prospect. No reason not to.
Even really to get in there and plant.
They've
Oh,
pushed him
man.
off so far now.
He doesn't know what to do. He should be going to main staircase, but he's going back up astronomy. Like,
Yep.
oh, he's gonna go for a long flank through L. Try to get him where they wouldn't expect him.
Plant goes down.
Ah, but he's going right back to the door. He has to because he was running out of time. Oh, man. He's in a bad spot.
Jeez. They positioned themselves perfectly. Cleaned them up. Game over.
Was plant.
What's that?
It hasn't been a retake in a while.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
What is it? And he couldn't even friggin' scope in. Who needs to?
Yeah. It is.
That wasn't the 2-0 victory we were looking for as the Mythics, but we'll take it. Good game.
It was a good match. I'm surprised that the Juggernauts didn't get more rounds on that one.
Yikes.
Good game.
Nate,
Or-
good
Hey.
game, good game.
game.
Oof. No,
Hey.
those last two were kind of rough.
Thanks for tuning
Yeah,
in, everybody. That was game 9. Tune in
GGs.
next time for the Mythics and the Samurais. Maybe this weekend. Who knows? We'll keep you updated. Deuces.